Did you know that, according to the National Institute on Aging in the United States, more than 50% of people over the age of 60 are gradually losing muscle mass without even realizing it, feeling weaker, having tired arms and legs, struggling to stand up after sitting for a long time, or walking with an unsteady step may not simply be a normal part of aging. These are often silent signs of a condition called age-related muscle loss. Sadly, many people are living with this condition every single day without knowing that there is a simple, affordable, and easy-to-find food that can help rebuild lost muscle, even at the age of 70 or 75. Today, I will walk you through this special food, along with the latest scientific knowledge about nutrition, metabolism, and how to help your body regain strength in a natural, safe way without the need for medication. If you are over 60, please stay with this video. Leave a comment with the country you are watching from, your age, and how you feel about this topic. I read every message you send, and don't forget, there will be a simple but surprisingly powerful tip for you at the end of the video. You may have thought that becoming weaker with age is something that cannot be avoided, but that is not entirely true. Many people after the age of 60 begin to feel weakness in their legs, have trouble climbing stairs, take longer to stand up from a chair, or simply feel tired after a short walk. These signs may seem normal, but they are actually early indicators of muscle loss, a condition known in science as sarcopenia. What few people know is that muscle loss is not an inevitable result of aging. It is a silent metabolic disorder that can be prevented and even reversed. This condition begins with a process called anabolic resistance. It means the body gradually loses its ability to respond to the signals that build muscle. In other words, even if you eat enough protein or exercise regularly, your body may no longer rebuild muscle the way it used to. It is like the door to building muscle has been locked, even though the key is still there. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people over the age of 60 experience nearly a 30% reduction in muscle protein synthesis compared to younger individuals, unless proper steps are taken. The biggest problem is that this process happens silently. You do not feel the muscle disappearing each day until one morning you notice you are weaker than before and cannot explain why. This condition not only affects your ability to move, but also leads to many other issues like increased visceral fat, unstable blood sugar, higher risk of falling, and losing independence. But the good news is anabolic resistance can be reversed. That means you can absolutely rebuild lost muscle mass if you know what to eat and how to eat it correctly. The real question is, what does your body truly need to unlock that door to muscle building? Again, we will explore this in the next part. Starting with a key factor that is often overlooked, insulin and its role in aging muscles. The first type is insulin. If you have heard of insulin and thought that it is only related to diabetes, then you might be missing one of the most important factors that helps your muscles grow or disappear. Insulin is not just a hormone that regulates blood sugar. It also acts like a key that opens the door for nutrients to enter your muscle cells. When you eat, especially when you eat protein, your body releases insulin. If your body is sensitive to insulin, then protein and amino acids are effectively delivered into your muscles, helping to repair and rebuild muscle mass. But if insulin does not work well, those valuable nutrients are lost and never reach where they are needed. The problem is, insulin sensitivity often decreases with age. After the age of 60, the body starts to have trouble recognizing and responding to insulin like it used to. This makes protein absorption less effective. Even when you eat enough, many people do not understand why they feel weak, thin, and low in energy, even after taking whey, eating lots of eggs, or drinking milk every day. The answer might be right here. Your muscles may be craving insulin, not just protein. According to a study published in the Journal of Gerontology and Nutrition by Tufts University, improving insulin sensitivity can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 25% in older adults. After just 6 weeks of dietary changes, foods that help stabilize blood sugar, such as leafy greens, whole grains, and especially high-quality natural proteins like grass-fed beef liver, can improve insulin sensitivity naturally without needing medication. Imagine your muscles as a dry, stiff sponge. Insulin is the water that softens it, allowing nutrients to be absorbed into each fiber. So if you are eating enough but still feel weak, The question should not be how much protein am I eating, but is my body truly absorbing it? And the next factor is the key player that helps restart muscle building, a very special amino acid called leucine. The second type is leucine. Let's say you have been eating healthy, trying to stay active every day, and even adding milk, eggs, or lean meat to your diet, but you still feel weaker. Your muscles are not as full as before, and your arms and legs feel loose and lacking strength. The reason might lie in one small but extremely important detail. You are lacking leucine. Leucine is an essential amino acid, which means your body cannot produce it on its own. You can only get it from food, but what makes leucine so special is not just that it helps build protein, it acts as the starter signal that triggers the muscle building process in your body. If protein is like the bricks, leucine is the worker who lays the very first brick. Without it, the entire structure stays still. Even if all the materials are there, young bodies respond strongly to leucine, but as we age, that response becomes weaker. That is why people over 60 need a higher amount of leucine to restart muscle growth. And this is something many people overlook. According to research from McMaster University in Canada, just adding 5 grams of leucine to each meal can fully reactivate muscle protein synthesis in older adults. No matter their age, it is like putting oil into an engine that has been resting for too long. You do not just need fuel. You also need an ignition. The great news is that leucine can be found in many familiar foods like eggs, chicken breast, and salmon, but among them, the richest and most effective source of leucine comes from a food that many people do not notice: grass-fed beef liver. This is not only a premium protein source, it also contains a high level of leucine, nearly 3 grams, in just 100 grams of liver. With one small portion, you already have enough to restart your muscle regeneration process without taking a single pill. If your body feels like a machine that has paused, then leucine is the switch that brings it back to life. And in the next part, I will share more details about the most powerful leucine-rich food, the one food that may actually reverse muscle loss you have been searching for. The third type is grass-fed beef liver. When it comes to foods that support muscle recovery, most people immediately think of eggs, milk, chicken, or whey powders. But there is one food that used to be very familiar to our grandparents' generation, more nutritious, more powerful, and more effective than any other meat. Yet it is often forgotten on today's dinner tables. That food is grass-fed beef liver. Grass-fed beef liver is not just good for the blood. As our elders used to say, today, scientists have confirmed that it is one of the richest natural sources of leucine, with nearly 9 grams of leucine in every 100 grams of liver. That means with just one small portion, you can activate the entire muscle building and repair process in your body, something that many people spend months drinking whey protein to achieve without success. But liver is not only rich in leucine, it is also a treasure chest of essential micronutrients for older adults. It contains vitamin B12, which supports red blood cell production, maintains energy, and prevents long-lasting fatigue. It has heme iron, the most absorbable form of iron, which improves cellular respiration and nourishes vital organs. It is also packed with natural vitamin A, which supports brighter vision, stronger skin, and a more efficient immune system. Grass-fed liver is different from liver produced through industrial farming. It does not contain growth hormones, antibiotics, or heavy metals stored in fatty tissues. The cows are pasture-raised, naturally fed, and not confined, and that is why their liver contains cleaner and more absorbable nutrients. This is also why many nutritionists call grass-fed liver nature's multivitamin. Some people may wonder, does eating liver raise cholesterol? The answer is no. As long as you eat the right amount and choose liver from naturally raised cows. According to a study from the Tufts University Journal of Nutrition, eating liver once or twice a week can improve muscle density, endurance, and mobility in older adults without negatively affecting blood fat levels. In fact, liver helps balance blood sugar, supports fat metabolism, reduces belly fat, and boosts daily energy levels. It is truly unfortunate that such a simple, nutritious, and easy to find food like grass-fed beef liver has been overlooked in favor of expensive supplements. You do not need foreign protein powders or medications. Just one slice of liver, gently cooked with onions or steamed with ginger, is enough to restore a muscle system that has been quietly fading. So if you ask, what food can help me stand up more easily, walk more confidently, and feel younger each day? The answer is very simple. Grass-fed beef liver, nature's gift to those who want to regain their lost strength. Have you ever heard the saying, eat breakfast like a king? That saying actually carries great scientific value, especially for those over 60 who are trying to rebuild their muscles, because it is not only about eating the right foods. The timing of your meals also plays a direct role in how well your muscles are built throughout the day. Your body does not respond the same way at every hour. In the morning, after a long night of sleep, anabolic hormones are higher, and your digestive system is most ready to absorb and process nutrients effectively. This is the golden window to give your body 30 grams of protein and at least 5 grams of leucine, the amount needed to activate the muscle building process. According to research from McMaster University, consuming protein in the morning can double your muscle recovery rate compared to eating it later in the evening. Not only that, your body will enter an anabolic state, the state in which muscle growth occurs, and stay in that state for hours, giving you sustained energy throughout the day. And it is not just about breakfast. Experts also recommend spreading your protein intake evenly across the 3 main meals, instead of loading it all at dinner, which is a common habit in many households. By spreading protein evenly, you help your body maintain a steady signal for muscle growth. Instead of leaving your muscles in a waiting and breaking down state, along with protein, do not forget to include some healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or a bit of slow digesting carbohydrates like sweet potatoes or brown rice. These help your body absorb and use the protein more effectively. Think of it this way. Protein is the raw material, leucine is the switch, and meal timing is the electricity that brings the whole process to life. Without that current, even with all the materials, your muscle rebuilding process cannot happen fully. So if you want to regain strength naturally, do not just ask, what should I eat today? But also ask yourself, did I eat it at the right time today? In the next part, I will show you why. Building muscle not only helps you walk more steadily, but also improves metabolism, lowers blood sugar, reduces belly fat, and extends your lifespan. You may think that muscles are simply for walking, carrying, or moving around, but in reality, muscle is a powerful metabolic organ. It works like a biological factory that silently operates day and night to keep your blood sugar stable. Reduce visceral fat, protect your heart, and nourish your brain. When you have more muscle mass, your body processes sugar after meals more efficiently. Because muscle is the largest consumer of glucose in the body, this means that the stronger your muscles are, the lower your risk of diabetes becomes, and your need for insulin also decreases. On the other hand, if your muscles are weak and shrinking, the glucose in your blood does not get used properly. This leads to high blood sugar, insulin resistance, and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. A study from Harvard Medical School showed that people with higher muscle mass have up to a 60% lower risk of developing diabetes compared to those with low muscle mass. But that is not all. Muscle helps burn calories even when you are at rest. It helps manage weight and reduce fat around your organs, the dangerous fat that causes many heart conditions. When you maintain healthy muscle mass, your blood pressure tends to drop, your good cholesterol increases, circulation improves, and your risk of stroke becomes significantly lower. In addition, what few people realize is that muscle also affects brain function. Activities that build and maintain muscle, such as resistance training or brisk walking, increase blood flow to the brain. They stimulate the growth of new brain cells and reduce the risk of memory loss, even Alzheimer's disease. People with strong muscles tend to focus better, think more clearly, and have more stable emotions. In short, building muscle is not just about walking steadily. It is about living fully. It is a biological shield that protects you from silent diseases, extends your lifespan, and helps you maintain independence and quality of life in old age. And in the next part, I will show you why building muscle is the most powerful anti-aging strategy you can start today. There is a simple truth that is often overlooked. Muscle is the most vivid sign of youth inside your body. As people grow older, it is not wrinkles or gray hair that make them weaker. It is the quiet loss of muscle mass, little by little, day after day. But if you actively maintain your muscles, you are not just preserving strength, you are slowing down the entire process of biological aging. Many studies have shown that older adults with strong muscles tend to live longer, stay healthier, and remain independent compared to others of the same age. With weaker muscles, they fall less often, recover more quickly from injuries, and most importantly, they still feel capable of doing what they love. Building muscle also strengthens your bones, lowers the risk of fractures, slows joint degeneration, and delays the natural bone loss that usually comes after age 60. But the benefits of muscle go beyond the physical. When you feel stronger, you also live with more positivity. A flexible, capable body brings back the joy of movement. It helps you go for morning walks, play with your grandchildren, tend to your garden, or simply get out of bed without aches and stiffness. These small actions are the foundation of a meaningful life. And the best part is this: building muscle does not depend on age. Whether you are 65, 70, or even 80, your body still has the ability to rebuild muscle if you give it the right signals. That comes from a leucine-rich diet, eaten at the right times, along with gentle and regular movement. So instead of thinking aging is something you cannot avoid, remember that muscle is your natural tool to extend youth from the inside without expensive creams or pills. And in the conclusion, I will summarize today's journey and show you how you can begin with just one small change right after dinner tonight. You have just taken a very special journey with me, a journey to rediscover the strength your aging body once had, not through medicine, but through the right knowledge and the right choices made at the right time with the right food. We have learned that muscle loss is not your fate. It is a process that can be reversed. That insulin is the key. Leucine is the switch, and grass-fed beef liver is the powerful fuel that has been forgotten. You do not need to change everything at once. Just start with something simple, like adding one small portion of beef liver to your meals each week, or having 30 grams of protein for breakfast. Instead of just drinking tea, that alone is enough to restart the muscle rebuilding engine inside your body. Remember this: muscle does not just make you stronger. It protects your heart, balances your blood sugar, keeps your memory sharp, and helps prevent falls, all essential to living longer and staying independent. If today you notice your legs feel a little weak, your hands are not holding your cup as steadily, or you need to hold on to the edge of the bed each morning to stand up, please do not take that as a sign that old age has come. See it as a gentle signal reminding you to care for your body, again, starting with the most familiar and simple things. Did you find today's message helpful? Subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos where I will share more about eating plans, light exercise, and natural herbs that support senior health. What kind of meat do you usually eat for dinner? Have you ever tried beef liver? Share your thoughts in the comments. I always read and appreciate every story you share. Wishing you a healthy day and a stronger body each day, because the true strength of aging does not lie in your number of years, but in how kindly you treat yourself today